Good evening, Ramblers. How are you? It's Paul, the Man Mountain here with your view from the mountain on a Thursday evening. Trying to digest another week in Blazeland, crikey. Again, we'll talk about tonight the result from last weekend, what we think is going to happen this weekend in terms of how we go about it, what we might choose in terms of personnel and systems within the squad. I just want to give a couple of thoughts on last week. Massive anticlimax, obviously, for us as Blades fans. And these weeks are always the longest for me when we've suffered a defeat and we're waiting to try and make amends almost. And I'm hoping that we can do that Oxford on Saturday. Never before in my life have we been underdogs, really, going into a game against Oxford. I feel like that's what we are at this moment in time based on the performances and obviously some of the results that Oxford have been getting as well. Makes this weekend a real tricky one. Something that last season we might have thought, oh, we'll go there and get something because we're quite confident. I just feel like the confidence of the players is kind of being reflected a little bit in the fan base. But what I want to do is hear from you in the comments down on the side there. I want to know how you're feeling about the weekend, what sort of team you want to see, any key inclusions or players coming out of the team. If there's a formation that you fancy, let us know in the comments and we'll discuss it. Tonight, I'm lucky because I had Sonny last week. Thanks to Sonny for coming on. Really, really enjoyable with Sonny Glasby of Glasby's Pallets, one of our principal sponsors here on the Ramble. Tonight, we've got Big Tony joining us. Tony, say hello.
Hey, lads, how are we going? All right, lads.
Tony of Tony's Top Tips fame, giving us all our little lack needs if we fancy a little flutter and a little bit of fun of the weekend. Tony's been doing for them for the Ramble and doing a fine job at it as well. Tony, what do you make of last Saturday, pal? What was the feeling?
Well, more importantly, Paul, does your wife know you're live?
She knows I'm live.
She doesn't want to come in and upsetting you again.
I've sent her out, mate. Thank you. Yes, she's
That's all right then.
To be fair, and I said this to Jim, as soon as I got back in the kitchen after the event, there wasn't any hair dryers, mate. She was laughing her head off. She was like, "Oh, show me some of the comments, what they're saying." I'm like, "Oh." So if she does it again, she's definitely doing it on purpose and trying to show off a little bit. But never mind. No, it was all done in good jest. No, it was. It was one of them, mate. She was quite twigged what I'd said to her. I was like, I'm on the stream, and she's like, I went, "Oh, you're not listening. I'm on the stream," and it's like, yeah, it just.
You don't like to a domestic coming after. I'll be honest.
No domestics, mate. No domestics. She's good as gold. So yeah, it was good. But anyway, Saturday. Obviously, we were all absolutely made up with it. We thought that it was going to be the return of the king. Nothing could go wrong. How wrong we were,
and it was an anticlimax.
Yeah. What's the problems? What we're thinking, Sam? What we're saying?
I think midfield's too young. I've said this before. I said it before. While they came back, that midfield, Peck's not doing it this season. Not at all. Not at all. He's not at the races.
No, I know.
I don't know how they're going to get the Peck from last season back.
Well, Tony, honestly, mate, I'd argue that none of them are at the races. I think you are correct in what you're saying. I 100% agree with you. And it feels such a key cog in any machine, isn't it? Because he's all over the show. He's picking the ball up. He's making tackles. He's making runs.
But we didn't do none of that. We didn't do none of that at weekend. There was such a gap between O'Hare and Peck. That middle section, they had free rein. They had the free rein at field.
Well, I think, yeah, you've identified a key point. But again, I'll go back to it. I don't think anybody's playing well. So
I don't think Heyman's pulling trees up. I reckon I could say more than Cooper's saving. All right, he pulled off a world there. But, I mean, I don't like blaming him, but he should have really got to that one, shouldn't he?
For me, he should have, yeah. It looks like he's the guy who scored it. Can't believe his luck, can he? Because he's literally...
Yeah, because 9 times out of 10, he dives on top of it.
I know, but you know he's anticipating. He's going for the corner that's open.
Yeah. I get
and he's dived that way, and he's dived over the ball. So yeah,
Cooper last season saves that.
Yeah, possibly. I think we're getting to a point where it's a little bit of desperation, isn't it? Where
we've not heard much. I mean, you noticed at the beginning of the season he's been injured. Has he recovered from this injury? I think Jim was saying he needed an operation. Has he had this operation? What operation is it?
All good questions, Tone. If I knew the answers, mate, I'd tell you, but I don't, unfortunately. I think it's a tricky one, but again, I'd still go back to digging out individuals and not digging out as in we're not being nasty. We're saying what we're seeing, right?
Yeah.
But I want us to acknowledge that I just don't think they're at any of them are where they need to be. And I know that that's a bigger task for Wilder. I think he put a side out hoping that the hangover from Sayers, should we say, was going to be quickly jumped over. A good game to get over it, really, at home against Charlton. On paper before the season, that's a banker, isn't it?
I thought after Ipswich game, these next three, because Southampton's not doing no for me, they're all winnable games. I mean, I say Oxford winnable. They said at the beginning about Oxford. We lost at Oxford last season, and that's where downfall started. We lost to Oxford, Millwall, and Plymouth the same week. And that's how we didn't go
up. I think what we're in danger of now, and I'm not saying that it's necessarily a bad thing. I think when you're Sheffield United last season, and I think it would be the same for Leeds and Burnley being the three dominant sides in the league last year. Teams are going to set up a certain way to try and stop some of your key threats, especially like when they're playing well, etc. So you're going to go to places like Oxford, and they're going to, park the bus and make it really difficult and set up in banks of 4 and 5 and stop you from trying to thread through the lines and do the stuff that you've done to make you successful. But now I'll be intrigued to see how Oxford go about it, because they'll go into this game fancying it.
They get down our wings. It's all to play for. I mean, I'm at Oxford at weekend.
Okay.
I've got to pack up.
It's a good drive, Tone. Good drive.
It's only 3 sides, so I hope it's not windy and raining, because it's all swirling with wind from into away end. So
we know about that, don't we? From the 90s, I remember that.
Yes,
Man U, when we had no stand.
Yes, when
Schmeichel was doing this with his hair, and it was like, oh god.
Mike McDonald knocks it down, and they couldn't afford to build it.
Well, there you go. Yeah, well, the less said about that, the better, I guess. I have been to that stadium, but not into the stadium. I took my kids. Well, we went on a little trip down to Oxford for like a weekend or a week away, and we went bowling. The car park says the Hollywood Bowl.
So you'll know it's only one way in and one way out. So when there's the game on, you're still outside ground an hour and a half after kick-off. Coaches have to stand and wait for everybody else to get out.
You keep telling everyone that, mate. You'll be stood on your own at this rate. But anyway.
Well, at least I'll be first at Pike. You're aware.
So what are you saying about this AF system? Is that I think there's more to it than just the system. I think that the fitness of the players and the match sharpness doesn't look there for me, for a lot of them.
I said coming out at weekend, we've got brilliant players, but a rubbish team. He needs to take them out on session and go, there you go. Like he did Millwall a few years ago when team looked in pieces and he got beers in. Take them out on Anita. It's just his birthday.
I gather that's what's happened, hasn't it? There was a rumour flying about that the lads were going on the.
I had to go to with Tuesday because it was day off Wednesday. It's what you need. It's what you need. You'll know you said if you haven't seen your mates for a while, you go out on a good session and you feel like you've been everything you've missed over the last 2 months.
I mean, again, you could argue it's tried and tested team building, getting the spirit together. It must be hard for Wilder coming into this dressing room from where they were to where they are, but I do still think we've got to find a way. Do you think he's going to change the system this weekend? I have heard a rumour.
No, I don't. I love Wilder, and I'm very pleased he's back. But I'm pleased he's back to get Sayers out. And I think that's where the problems lied with everybody. Excitement. Everybody wants to Sayers out that much. I don't think it mattered who came in. And I think the fact it was Wilder, everyone's gone, yes, Wilder's back. But people seem to forget. I was saying, people seem to forget how boring last season's 1-0s were. And how many, we got to 1-0 and we sat back.
Yeah, but again,
don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to burst the Wilder balloon.
But you play with what you got, mate. You play with what you got. And the truth is, he got the best out of the players that made a difference for us. So, and that's all that for me is what you ask of a manager. I know I've heard clubs talk about, we play West Ham are great at that, aren't they? Telling us how oh, we've got to play a certain way and we don't like David Moyes. He's the only one who could get them organised to win anything or to win any games in the division. But it's not the way that we play. Forget that. For me, you do the thing that helps you achieve more. Okay, and if that means you're not going toe to toe in a certain aspect of the game, so you're not trying to do like stuff like, for me, Sayers was trying to do something that the players couldn't get their head around. First of all, maybe weren't fit enough to do. Second of all, last season Wilder accrued that many points because he managed to get the players that he needed to hit in form for just enough time to win 4 matches, organised at the back, nicking bits on the break. We want to see some good football. Let's not forget as well. And again, it's not Chris Wilder FC, but when we went up with him and with him and Nilly at the helm, the football that we played in the Premier League and the football we played getting us there is the best football that I've ever seen in my lifetime.
Outstanding. That first season in Premier League, I mean, me and my dad always laugh, because we went home and away. He still does his 71. He'll be at Oxford at weekend. Yeah. And we always remember, we went to all these away grounds and we always parked up in a car park and we ended up parking went to Everton. And we won 2-0 at Everton. But we get out at car and bloke says to me, Sheffield United, who's your main player then? I went, it's our left-sided centre-back. He says he'll be in your box more than he'll be in yours. I went, I won't do that here. I'm telling you now. He says, nah. And I saw him after the game and he went, I've never seen out like it. He says, how on earth you get away with that every week? He says, sooner or later you're going to cotton on what you did, what you're doing. And that second season, everybody knew what we were doing.
Yeah, okay. That's a different discussion altogether. I like the way this is going, Tone, because we're off on tangents here. That second season, I felt we had to. Yes, you could say certain players. Obviously, O'Connell's injury affected us massive time. Sort of gave a massive imbalance to the side, in my opinion. And we didn't have players that could easily replace the players that had made the system work. That was the thing. It was quite intricate and clever. And we didn't really have anyone back up. If Bash goes down or O'Connell goes down, there's no one to fill in for that. So
we had a great 13, but after that, we had nobody. I think COVID did it for us, I think.
So my problem with what we did there is I felt when you got that reputation for finishing 9th in the Premier League, it's not just a reputation in England and, plaudits on Match of the Day and what have you. You're international at that point. So people all over the world, and you'll see, like Sheffield United has grown massively on YouTube and other things because people from around the world know they are, again, all of a sudden because of the seasons that they had there. That was the time to go and level up in probably four or five positions. Go and say, I know Prince did his best all the time, but we needed at that point for me to go bang, bang, bang. We're upgrading here. We're upgrading. Get the best players still in the squad that are there, but upgrade positions and make the players feel like, oh, we can longevity this, we can keep it going.
You're right. You're right.
And, we blame it a lot on COVID, don't we? But you can't really. I think is you've got to go like that. And
we didn't. We stood still. We carried on with the same. The same play. I can't even remember who we signed that close season.
No,
I don't think we signed any.
Not nearly enough.
It was nobody to write home about. And I think that was a problem.
Yeah, I think so. So I want to talk about something that's obviously, I was hoping to speak about Wilder's presser, but I think he's postponed it today. So I've not had any. I was going to talk about what he was going to say in his press conference.
That's not like Wilder to miss his presser, though, is it? I mean, I can't see it being late tomorrow because they've got to be leaving for Oxford early.
Yeah, I think it's early doors tomorrow. I've heard that it might be 9:30 tomorrow morning that he might be doing it. Which Jimmy's upset about because he's got a meeting, so he can't do the thing. But So who would you say is the best manager that's been in charge in your lifetime?
In my lifetime, well, I started going 84. That was first season. First season ticket 84. I can't remember much about that. First away game I remember, I was at Leicester. That's all I said. I was at Leicester. That was my first ever away game. My dad
not a bad place to start, mate, is it?
We're all down from day on in, though, weren't it?
Come on, then, tell me.
That first season, I actually remember. I mean, my dad used to take me to front of the cup. So Dave Bassett's always going to have a place in my heart. Always. Yeah. Walking. I mean, young fans, you know.
I remember that.
I remember Dave Bassett walking off a pitch in just his underpants because everyone had nicked his clothes, and that's, you know, everyone just walked off in just his wife. And,
the documentary's really good, isn't it? The Sheffield.
I see a lot of I see a lot of Dave Bassett in Wilder. The way he comes across, the way he talks to press, it seems very, you know. Wilder for me, and same as Dave Bassett, he felt like he knew what he was on about, and then you come away and think, what's he on about? It sounded very good, but you think, stuff that other people want to understand. We had Christmas Day in August because we always played better after Christmas.
Gosh, I remember that. Yeah, we couldn't win at the start of the year, could we?
I think we beat Man U and all when that stuff. Everyone went up Lane with Christmas hats on and everyone dressed as Father Christmas. It was just different. You didn't see it because we were Premiership. You know, we're not the first year at Premiership. But yeah, Dave Bassett for me. You know, I've seen so good. Howard Kendall spent a lot of money, but you know, his football was really good.
Yeah.
And then he left to Everton and left to Spackman, and then Spackman just turned into a puppet and just destroyed team under him.
Yeah.
I learned about the worst one other than that with Adrian Heath.
Well, let's not go into the worst. There's a few. The judge, also our current Ruben Sayers, yeah.
Oh yeah.
But he's been on a bit of a rant, old Dave Bassett. He's had a few bits to say, and I was talking to a friend of the show, a friend of mine, Bramall Lane legend, Gaz Sinclair. I was talking to him, and he shared something on Facebook that I looked at, and it was Dave Bassett basically going on a bit of a rant about the modern game, and this is what I wanted to talk to you about tonight a little bit. I'm going to read a few bits. I'm going to quote Dave Bassett from his little column. I think he did it in the Mail, but he shared some of it. I just want to share it with you and see what you thought.
Yeah.
I've been a bit disillusioned, certainly, with the state of the game at the top level, which you can only assume, when I'm talking about VAR and things like that in the Premier League, you can only assume that is going to drip down into the lower leagues soon enough. I know it costs a pretty penny to sort out, but you can only imagine the way the game's going on the international stage and obviously in the Premier League, it's going to get dripped down into the lower divisions sooner rather than later, you'd imagine. So Dave had a few bits to say. I just want to hear what you think about it. So I'm going to read it straight. Passion has gone, and without all that, the game isn't doing it for me anymore. It's lost its dynamism that made it the best spectator sport in the world. Divers, time wasters, and penalty box grapplers are in Bassett's thoughts when he mentions his long list of complaints. So is VAR. So divers and time wasters. I thought that was quite interesting. And I'm going to ask you a little question. How long do you think the teams in the Premier League last season had the ball in play over the course of a 90-minute plus stoppages game? How long do you think it's in?
So I tell you, I wasn't so very long because you know what? It bores me, Premiership. It really does. I'm going to say about 55 minutes, 50 minutes.
Bloody hell, not bad, Tone, I'll tell you. So it's actually gone over the last 3 years, 56, 54, and then 58. So they have increased it because obviously they've added more injury time and stuff, haven't they? Started putting boards up for 7, 8, 10 minutes, 11 minutes, whatever. So they're not scared to do that anymore. But 58 minutes. Now, to me, there's a question there, isn't there? For me, do you think it'd be better to play an hour and just stop the clock every time the ball goes out? Yeah. Every time someone goes down,
yeah,
holding their head, holding their ankle, doing whatever,
like they do in rugby.
Bang, stop.
Like they do in rugby league.
Like they do.
Rugby league. I mean, to follow rugby league. Bang, you knew exactly what time that game was going to finish because the referee stopped the clock.
Yeah, exactly. And you know the hooter final play. Whereas this,
you can look at the scoreboard. You know exactly how long you've got left.
Do you not think we're getting a bit cheated out of? You know what we're there to watch. You know, it's the longest on all formats. 90 minutes is the longest, but it's not, is it? Because you're not actually seeing ball in play, and teams know how to do it. You know, the dark arts of the game. They're well versed on that. And time wasting for me, it should just be someone not centrally. It shouldn't have anything to do with the referee. Referee's got 1,000 things to do on a football game. He's got they're even trying to make him talk to the fans like they do in American football over the tannoy to tell them what they're seeing and why they're making a decision. Tone, do you think that it should be taken out of his hands? For me personally, I'd have somebody on the side. If they've got video referees, why can't they have someone with a watch going bang?
Yeah, this is how long we stop him.
It's not hard, is it?
It's how long we stop playing for. This is how long. But I mean, where it's all right. But when he starts time wasting like that, and we still gonna be playing at 5:30. We're gonna kick off at 3 and still playing at 5:30 because the time's not up. Because the amount of time balls out of playing, the amount of time wasted. You're not. I mean, how many times have you as ball being lifted at lane and you've got only 4 minutes? Game's stopping than that. So if every time ball goes out, or every time someone time wastes, and it's 2 minutes, and let's say somebody does it 10 times. Let's say 10 minutes worth of time waste, and the ball stops. That's an extra 20 minutes.
Yeah, I know it is. And
so before you know it. I'm leaving until 5:15.
You think it's better or worse as we go down the divisions, like to Champ League?
I'd much rather watch a League 2 game or a conference game than watch a Premiership game now.
You say right, Tony, hear this then, right? So Premier League, we were talking about over 55 minutes all the time. The Championship last year before was 52 minutes. League 1 was 50 and League 2 was 48. So they know what they're doing. Can you imagine they boot a football over a stand? They've tried to improve it a bit in the Prem by having multi-ball, haven't they?
Yeah.
League 2, they haven't got 10 footballs around the outside of the pitch as well. So what for me, again, he's right in what he's saying because the dark arts are there. The goalkeepers, they've introduced a new rule, haven't they, for the 8 seconds?
That's stupid and all.
Not seen that enforced. I haven't seen that enforced.
I think they were one in Premiership. Something do on about it on Sky Sports about it, and I'm thinking that'll disappear like goal disappeared. In extra time, and it just went, didn't it? Nobody knew where it went.
Do you know what the worst thing of all is? And I don't want to go back to stuff I've said before too much, but I remember when we played Aston Villa and we beat them down at Bramall Lane when we were in the Prem, and it was a game where they got given a penalty. And they got given a penalty. It was under VAR review, and the game carried on. And we were up the other end attacking, and the ref blows his whistle, and then he picks the ball up and runs down to the away end, puts the ball on the spot, and gave I remember Jack Grealish missed his penalty, didn't he? I think it was saved. And I was like, no one in the ground's got a clue what's happened there.
Yeah,
I think it's the worst thing in the world when players run off celebrating. Because they stopped doing it now, aren't they? Some of them, They like jog back and go, "Well, was that?" I've seen. It used to be that sometimes a forward, if he thought he was close to it, he'd look back at the lino, see if he was onside or not, and see if the flag's up or not. But now it can be 5 minutes later, and then it gets chalked off because he's half a nose hair over the thing. And you just think,
Lumsden's toe.
That for me was not what offside was created for, first of all. Now, my issue with it is sometimes you fall foul of it, like we did in the playoff final with Harrison Burrows' goal. I watched one the other night, and it was Llorente of Atletico Madrid. Liverpool were 2-0 up, and he stabs a ball at goal, little toe prod into the corner, and his strike partner is a good 3 yards offside, nowhere near the defender, stood directly between the goalkeeper and the guy who's shooting, and the goal stands. It went to VAR, stands. And I was like, you are having me on. I was like, I don't think VAR, for me, doesn't sort out anywhere near.
It's inconsistent.
Yeah.
It's still a bloke looking at, it's still another referee looking at a screen. If it's clear, it's clear. If it's not, it's not. But you can't have, like you've just said, we got screwed over at Wembley. I still don't really know why. Even when people explain it to me, I still don't get why it was chalked off. But then, weeks later, prime example is your Liverpools, your Man Cities, your Man Uniteds, your Arsenal. They don't get them decisions. The VAR decision always goes for them. It don't matter what it is, always goes for them.
Yeah.
You know, your Fulhams and your Brentfords have got no chance.
No, I know.
Their goal goes to Fulham. They may as well stop celebrating now because it's getting choked.
I think that one at Liverpool the other night, I don't know if you saw it, mate, but
I didn't see it, no.
No, but the thing with that is because Van Dijk heads a winner in the last minute for 3-2, I think it all gets brushed aside at that point because as long as Liverpool got the result that they thought they should have got, I think everybody's like, oh, a bit calmer. Slot would have been going bananas if they hadn't won that game. It'd have been
if it was on the other side of it, yeah.
It's just not the other side. Just like if he hadn't got the result he wanted, so if he hadn't got the W, he'd have been in there going mad, and you know it. He also a few things that Bassett said as well. He said, "You hear managers and pundits talking about low blocks and high blocks, and breaking lines and turnovers and transitions and all the rest. It's as if they've invented some totally new sport and are seeing things in the game that didn't exist before, which of course they did. Times change, I know. The world moves on, but I hear analysts spouting stats that are supposed to demonstrate how good a player is. All this XG, expected goals, nonsense is part of the new vocabulary invented to convince us the game is scientific, and it isn't scientific. Now, is that something that the owners, and we'll talk about the owners because I know there's a good question here from Paul in a sec. With regards to the owners, do you think that we need somebody on there who kind of knows the game a little bit more? Do you think we need someone, a connection?
Yeah, we need someone for board to know that board that can say this is football matters. This is how this works. This is how this works.
Because
I don't want to
Sayers was an absolute.
The American they don't know.
It feels to me that they've seen a spreadsheet and been blinded by how jazzy it looks. The money, it's in the film Moneyball. Oh, if he can do this and he can do this and he can run this fast. I just feel like Sayers was peddling that kind of.
Well, yeah, they say he didn't have an interview, so they've got his name off a computer screen. I don't know if it's true, but that's what they say. I mean, they don't. I mean, they're throwing money at it now. I mean, I'm like you. I think Wilder was. All them signings were Wilder signings, and I think Wilder were in before Middlesbrough. I really do. They can say what they want, but I call it at Middlesbrough saying, I think, and his name again chanted. I think they got it. Wilder had a whisper and said, "I'm coming back. Chant my name, get him out."
A lot of those signings.
But yes, I do think the board needs somebody to fall onto for a football in here.
Cool. I agree. I think that I think Prince Abdullah would be a great addition. I really do. But anyway, I'll get on some of these comments, mate, and see what the Ramblers are asking us. So, hi Paul, okay, family, okay. I reckon it will be the Blades 2-0 win away at Oxford, Tufty's ex-club. Oh yeah, that's always a thing, isn't it? Be positive and turn up in the 3 points. Oh, matey, hopefully. Yeah, fingers crossed, mate. Well, hi, Paul. 2 comments. Oh, here he is, Fraser. Right. 1 negative, 1 positive. The negative, serious and constructive. Attention needs to be focused on the board and the ownership group concerning the amateurish and questionable approach. I would say, Fraser, I do agree that it doesn't sound very good what we've heard this week about him not interviewing, etc. And Tony just alluded to it just then. I would say it's hard, isn't it? Unless we know that's the truth. I can't fully get my head around these types of business people being from the background that they've got, where I'm sure due diligence is part of their processes in business, and it surely must be in football. If you're going to get rid of one of the most successful managers the club's ever had for a spreadsheet warrior, he's got to have told you something for you to decide that he was the man for the job. What do you reckon, Tom?
Do you think Sayers got the job on the whole result? We know they were there. Do you think they looked at that whole result and thought, "Oh, that's good"?
Yeah,
and they went. Well, you know, when time came, we'll take him because
it's got to be a factor because he was getting something out of a group of players that were vastly inferior, and they absolutely schooled us in our own backyard. Nobody saw it coming. He did well against Leeds as well, so he did well against the better sides. And I imagine part of his unique selling point that he was when he came was that he knows how to mastermind victories against better teams. And he kind of proved that a little bit when he was with Hull. Now, whether that means that they were intending him to do that for us in the Premier League with a slightly weaker side against better sides is probably part of the thinking, I would imagine, Tone, personally. But obviously, like Wilder says, there's a lot more to managing a football team than vertical football or whatever, or the style.
Do you think Wilder gets sacked if we got promoted?
I would argue very, very possibly, yeah.
I personally think is it were done.
Either way,
all these fans are backing up. I think they made their decision before Wembley.
Yeah. It's naive, though, isn't it? It's naive. But anyway, positive. Here we go. If I'm correct, United have had a youth product in the squad for 92 consecutive games. Fraser, how have you found that out, mate? That's good going, mate. Excluding West Ham, it would go back to the 27th of April 19. Well done, Geary, Leicester, et al. At the club. Yep. We've I feel like that's been something to be really proud of, Fraser. I agree. The way that we've brought players through. In the past, obviously, we've brought through a number of recognised international stars. I don't think we've always utilised them enough. I used to tear my hair out when David Brooks was on the bench for us that season before he left.
Yeah.
Most of the matches I was used to drive me potty, but there was always been quite a lot coming through, and I just feel like I think Siddy's made a little rod for his back this year because of his success last year.
Yeah, he played too well.
Big things and expect him to kick on. And in a struggling side, Tone, let's have it right. Vinny Sousa and Anel Ahmedhodzic, who were great players for us in the Championship, when they were in struggling sides in the Premier League, they completely went missing.
Yeah.
Siddy's gone missing this year in what has been a poor side for us. So I reserve him a little bit of leeway on that because he is still a young lad. Although he's got plenty about him personality-wise, he's still only a young lad and he's trying to build a career. People think he's tried and tested and the man good to go now because of last year, but he's not. He's got a lot to learn.
He's got so much to learn.
Yes.
And I think I'm hoping that the last few weeks haven't docked his confidence that much that he's now been knocked back years instead of.
Tony, it's a test, mate. It's a test for all of them at the minute, isn't it? It's a test for all of them.
To
they were. Okay, so Pete Blade. Hi, Paul. My view is Oxford will be at us from the start, and we need to be ready. 3-5-2 needed to stop the rot, but stubborn Wilder thinks, he knows better. Pete, it's very, very early.
I think we should set out 3-5-2, and I think Ben Mee should be captain.
I agree, Tone. I agree.
I think we're missing.
I think
we're missing a captain. We're missing a mouth out there. We're missing somebody to boss it, somebody to be in charge, somebody to say, right, we're playing shocking. Let's pick it up.
We are, and I think we have got that sort of influence in the squad. I think that we've got Ings, we've got me, we've got Davis. If he ever gets fit, Blaster's one of them as well. I think that.
But Blaster's going at heart, hasn't he? Blaster's
and he'll give it some of that.
And a bit like Billy Sharp, where he gets it. He gets what you're thinking, what I'm thinking.
I would say to Pete, my rebuff to that, Pete, is that you can't blame Wilder for sticking to a system that they've been playing before and played for him before, and a lot of those players fitted into that system. I get why he did it, Pete. I wouldn't be so sure that he is as stubborn as you think he is, and he has been to three at the back before, and it could be something that gets played fairly soon, particularly if results don't pick up. What's he got to lose? If we can't create chances in the system that he wants to play, he's got to come up with a way of changing it. Whether you think that's the effort levels and a bit of confidence, or whether it's the system itself and where they stand and where they play, don't know. But I think he needs to get them sharper, fitter, combinations better, and again, some character. Ben Mee, Danny Ings would be a great addition back in the side, just to give them that leadership on the pitch that, like you said, they need when things aren't going well.
Does anybody know what's wrong with Danny Ings? He were walking around with players over there. I got told, whatever game it were before that, we were the week. I can't even think where we were. Ipswich.
Right.
He was at temping bowling with our Blaster.
Well, yeah. Well, if he's injured, I don't know, mate.
What injuries? Why is not? I'm hoping this question comes out at presser tomorrow, because for no reason. He came on. He only played who had a shot at Middlesbrough.
It might be match fitness, mate. It could easily be match fitness.
You're not telling me Danny Ings can't do 15 minutes. That last 15 minutes. If I'm a defender and I'm thinking it's 0-0, like at Charlton, you're not telling me 15 minutes to go. Danny Ings comes on and all of a sudden Charlton players are thinking, oh, Danny Ings.
It'll definitely come out in the wash soon enough.
Instead of running forward.
I think it'll come out. We need a new striker who can score. Well, Paul, one thing I will say is played correctly. Cannon's proved he can score despite his performances for us. Campbell's proved it last season. Danny Ings, his record is second in this league and at a high level as well. So we have got strikers who have proven to be able to score. But you are right; they haven't scored. They're not scoring at this moment. 9% of managers play 4-2-3-4 now, so it's now to do with being stubborn. I don't think it's. Yeah, I think we put as fans, we always put a bit too much on systems and bits and bobs. I think if players are running around and playing well, you can stick them in most systems and it works out. I think it's just for me. I just think we need that insurance, mainly because, and here's my point here. I don't think we've got fullbacks that can play as effectively in a 4. So I don't think, although I rate Burrows when he's playing well, obviously, I think Burrows is much better at wing back. Sariki's much better at wing back. You could play Ogbenny there. You could get away with Sam McCallum at a wing back rather than a left back. Yeah. You've got now a plethora of centre halves who I think fit a 3 perfectly. And I think if you want to get Ben Mee's experience in the side, it's ideal to play a 3 in there. I think even Godfrey can play in a 3 because I don't think even he's fit for the right back position. I don't know about you, Tone.
Godfrey's struggling for me.
Look open.
Pardon?
I think we look open with a 4. I don't think Godfrey and Burrows are doing a good enough defensive job for us at this point.
Godfrey is struggling for me. I don't think he's at the base. You can tell he's not played a lot of football.
Yeah, I agree. His record over the past 3 seasons has been a handful of games each season. Yeah. I reckon 3-5-2. Yeah. We need to start creating chances, Paul. And if that means having 2 up front and Gus in behind or Callum in behind, whatever you think, whoever needs to play where, I think 2 up top just gives them takes away that excuse of being that lone striker because I don't think any of them suit being a lone striker personally. Pete, he's the manager, mate. He's paid to think he's better and to think he's better. And for the most part, he is. Yeah, he is. As fans, though, we're allowed our opinion and we don't second guess all the time, but we have our own opinion and that's all right. 2 up top, I agree. Even though, by the way, welcome to the Ramble, indeed. Hello, David, Ramble legend. Evening, Paul, not a win needed. A point will do. Oh, David, always want to win. Then we win against Southampton. It's pasty time. I mean, 3 points. Yeah, David's promised not to have any more pasties until we win a match. I think it'll come soon enough, mate. We need a Hardman Midfielder.
Until we win, I might lose some weight.
Yeah, well, there you go. That's it, Tone. That's the new strategy. Starve yourself until United win. You'll be well on the way, mate. Don't worry. We need a Hardman midfielder. Who would you have, Tone, from this level? From the Premier League?
See, now I don't think there is none. There is none. There is nobody now that I'm thinking. I'll tell you what. I said we're missing. We're missing a Stuart McCall.
Crikey, have you got a time machine?
There you go. We could, that's what we're missing, though. That sort of. He sat in the middle of the park. He did nothing. It was a steady 7 every week, but he broke up everything.
Yeah, he was clever, wasn't he?
Who would he have from now on? I don't know, but I don't get paid for that.
No, me neither. He's live on the internet. Oh, here it comes. Here it comes. Thank you. Poor Dave's desperate for a pasty. A must-win game at Oxford. No excuses, Paul. We've all got that idea, pal. It's just whether it can come off because we're not creating any chances. And now, thank you very much. Live on the internet. Here we go. Man Mountain. Yeah. We'll set that one up, Paul. There we go. All the Pauls are legends. Look at that. There you go. Man Mountain. Yeah. And he's put the poster back. Yes, he has put the poster back up. Brian, come on, mate. Maintenance. You got to keep up the. I did comment on Tony's wall behind him as well. It looks very, very, very apt, that pal. Can I tell him? Can I tell him what our exchange earlier on the WhatsApp, mate?
Yeah.
Hey, Uptone, are you ready to come on tonight? 7 p.m. He goes straight away. Yes, mate. What time are you thinking? I was like, sharp as a tack is our tone. Knows what's going on. Oh, mate, how did you even miss it? It was right there. 7 p.m. What time, mate? What time?
I'll tell you what. We've started a new box set. We're watching Lost.
Oh, God.
I know. I'm into it. Phone goes off. You know what you're doing? You get phone. You go. Oh, I want Ramble tonight. I went. Actually, no, going out tonight. I went. Oh yeah. What time? I went. Oh, I don't know. I'll ask him. Bang.
Yeah.
But I'm that into episode Lost.
Yeah, you like it? Okay, it's an old one. That I remember that it's 20-year-old in it now. Lost.
It is, but we've just found it. You know when you're blitzing it. Well, I'm even missing Jim. I'm even missing Jim not to go just so I can.
Mate, with Christmas on the horizon and it is coming up, mate. Getting that gym because crikey, January gets harder, doesn't it? Anyway, High Mountain. How many games do you think we've got to turn it around before the playoffs off the cards, Brett? Honestly, mate. At this point, we are nowhere near it. So and I think we have to sort of taper all that chat in. I think
we need to think about playoffs and start thinking about fourth bottom. Once we hit fourth bottom, I'll go for 10th, and that's how I'm thinking. Playoffs are so far away.
Yeah, I think at this point, Brett, because of the start's been so poor, mate. I just feel like if we get to Christmas and we're in shooting distance and we've been on a little bit of a run. Then we can start talking again. I think as United fans, we're setting ourselves up a little bit for a fall by even mentioning it at this point because we can't get a point, pal. We can't get a shot on target. So there's a lot to do, an awful lot to do before we even discuss that. I think if we go on a 5-game run and we win 5 games on the bounce, and that's a massive, massive ask, especially from how we've been playing, then we'll start speculating on where we could end up. But just for now, mate, let's just get some points on the board. Let's get to Christmas. If we get to Christmas and we're in the middle, we've definitely got a chance. But we've got to get in the middle first, and I don't think
we do need to kick on soon because very, very soon we go to his neighbours, and I live at Hillsborough, and I can't be doing with earache.
Well, mate, we'll see about that. But Sheila. Well, welcome, Sheila. Evening, Paul. Hope you're well. Reading an article today that we're still monitoring Harry Souttar, and I think with Wilder coming back, I feel confident that could be something that gets done. And it's not a position that we necessarily are crying out for right now, but I think he's the way he came back and waved and he was watching a game towards the end of the year and stuff during his injury. I think there's an affection there, and I think there's a chance.
But would Leicester sell him as? Would Leicester be interested? You know, depending on where Leicester are, they're going to get a points deduction at some point. But would Leicester entertain us in January, thinking, you know, these could be fighting for bottom 3 with us?
It depends, mate. It depends.
We could be. Us and Leicester could be in that mid-table 10th, 6th place. And they're thinking, well, we're not saying Harry Souttar, and it could work against us.
It could, but I just. I don't know, mate. I think it depends a lot on the player. It depends on the situation with what they've got in the building already. It'll be on decent wages, so I think there's loads of factors involved, pal. To be honest, and also, do we actually need him? That's the next question at this point.
Are we going to get the Harry Souttar?
I think he gets in. I do think he gets in.
Are we going to get the Harry Souttar that got injured? Because after an injury like that, I mean, what is it? 18 months he'll have been out.
He's a big lad as well.
I mean, all right, Cooks for a different sort of injury, but we're never the same player.
No. He's a big lad as well, and I always think that they take a bit longer to get back to fitness too as well. I want to see a proper Blades performance. Brian's going for 2-0. Tufty will come good. I agree, Paul. Tony is spot on. Midfield is really non-existent. I think it's a key area that needs sorting. I wouldn't mind seeing Matos and Samari at the weekend partnered together with Gus in front of him, but we'll. Again, we'll leave it to the Messiah, see what he thinks. I don't want him to be. I want him to make the right calls, and that what I mean by that is I don't want his favourites. If Campbell can't hit a barn door, get him out. If Peck has lost a lot of form, get him out.
How on earth did Campbell miss that one just the beginning of the second half the other day? he'd have buried that last year. He was 1-on-1 with keeper, and he's literally fluffed his lines.
4-4-2, back to the old school, Mike Bassett style, Tom. Yeah. Ings, I think the forwards need a 2. I think that none of them suit the 1 on their own. It just doesn't seem to work for them. I don't know what that refers to. Please like, subscribe, and share the channel. Magical 10K before Christmas Day. Yeah, we're not far off, are we now? It's 9.
Oh, what is it? 200 short?
Sorry, say again.
Is it about 200 short now?
Yeah, about 200 pounds, yeah.
Watching this morning. What is it? What? Yeah, just under
something like that.
Just something like that.
Justin says 5 at the back won't work. We don't know, just do we? We need to shape up soon, lads. You better shape up.
Four at back's not
working. Going down. Yeah, I don't know. 5 at the back will lose. Well, it's 3, it's 5, it's whatever, however you perceive it to be. I just think that the guys we've got suit wing backs, and I'm not convinced with them in the full back positions at all. And I think the 3 hopefully offers a little bit more solidity because you can include other members of the squad like me in for a bit of experience as well. Loved Harry Bassett era. We're all with you there, Bri. I cannot understand why Brian Dean scoring the first ever Prem goal isn't featured on the opening credits of Match of the Day.
I've said that. I've said that so often. It never gets brought up.
All right, so you definitely messaged him before the stream, mate.
No, I'm telling you that. I've said that so often. Every time. Match of the Day, it shows you all sorts of goals, and that's never on.
Well, Jimmy's got it on the Ramble intro, mate, which is more important than Match of the Day.
Sure.
If you hopefully somehow miraculously go up, okay, Brett, we're on it again. Get that, mate.
I think he's been drinking. I think he's too much of soap.
Well, mate, we were all doing that not long ago. We were all doing that last week when Wilder rejoined. I'm that because there's loads of us at it last week.
I had a cheeky 5 on it when Sayers got sacked at 12-1. I'll be honest with you.
Did you? Yeah, I had a tenner on it, and I went back to. I had a tenner on it at 12-1 for us to get promoted. And because it was still offering me a tenner, I cashed it out. It back. Not that I'm not optimistic, Blaze fans, but that's exactly what happened. For me, there should be a clear whole body offside. Brian, I'm with you, pal.
There should be
daylight
between the play. Yes, there should.
The whole point of offside was to stop goal hanging, not to rule it out for half a kneecap beyond the last defender. It should be, like you say, any part of the defender, torso and body, in line with any part of the striker, onside. That's what I think.
They brought VAR in for clear and obvious. That's what they brought it in for. Like I said, even what's the good for? I don't know what it's for. And then, like I said, like you said earlier on, referees talking to the crowd. What's going on? They'll be selling popcorn and hot dogs.
Mate, commercial, it's the way it's going. What's your view on team selection for Saturday, lads? Hearing all calls for the likes of Ty, Peck, O'Hare to be removed. Personally, I think removing some of the longer-serving players could make it worse. I have called for a couple of changes. So I think that, personally, I would drop Peck out the side. I don't think the is working. Personally, I try Matas and Samari personally, just for a bit more balance in the centre of midfield to stop the flow of traffic through the middle. I would also try and include Ben Mee, and that would mean dropping Godfrey, and I'd favour Gus in the 10 over O'Hare, who I think is slightly ineffective.
I can't argue with that. That's the way I go. But I don't
top. And if it has to be Cannon, I'd do it. If Ings is available, I'll play him. But
I don't think Wilder will do that.
Okay. Well,
I don't think.
We shall see. We shall see. We don't know, do we? Up the Ramble, up the view from the mountain, like subscribe. Cheers, Lewis. Yeah, I'm going to get you on one of these at some point, mate. So yeah, just for your info. Get the Prince back on the board, Dean. I'm with you, 100%. One rule, I don't like it. Getting booked for taking your shirt off. There was a guy who was booked the other day, wasn't it, for taking a quick free kick. Tried to take a quick free kick and got booked. And there was a stat that Conor Bradley against Everton had fouled his man 6 times with no booking. And then one of the Everton lads got a yellow for trying to take a quick free, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah.
Like what you were saying about who gets the
yeah.
Oh, here he is, the train that's never late. Oh, well, we'll have to show it. Well done, David. Never change. Never change, pal. I agree that PA would be a good liaison between Chris Wilder and the board. I think he'd want to come on as a board advisor and possibly a minority shareholder, and I'd certainly be up for that. I think he's been quite shrewd and made me believe over the years that he does know what he's talking about, and he's got good prices for players, and I'm a big fan. So notice Kefir Moore is the third highest rated player so far in the league according to FOTMob. Wilder did not play to his strengths, and now there is no hold-up play. To be fair, I don't think, Michael, he did give us exactly what we were trying to do. I think that Wrexham, if you watch their games, they do get a lot of ball wide and quickly get the ball into the box. There's nothing wrong with that because it's creating chances for him, but it suits him massively. And I think he's proven at the level either way. I think when you play him how we play, he came into his own a bit more when we played two up top. Because then you can have a combination of things like the runners in behind. I felt his decision making was quite selfish at times. I think he was taking shots on from 25, 30 yards. And they never went in. So
I'm amazed. And it's not just Blades fans, it's all to mainly seeing how many people Kefir Moore scored again. Ollie McBurney scored. When they were at Lane, nobody wanted them. Not doing. We can get better than Kefir Moore. Why are we playing McBurney? The moment he's scoring, the moment he scores for, there's a bloke behind me at Lane, constantly telling me about other players who have scored. Oh, we should have bought him, we should have signed him. Well, no. Concentrate on the people we've got now, not the people we had. I'll have Billy Sharp back tomorrow, but he wouldn't do us a job.
No. It's the thing about it is, Tony, certain players work at certain clubs, don't they? So, and we talk about Wilder and we talk about sometimes about the money that was wasted, but what about some of the amazing business that was done? Yeah. The likes of
John Egan,
Basham, who became a club legend. His career was at Blackpool. He'd been at Bolton. He was doing all right. No one fancied him. We had Jack O'Connell, who was plucked out of Brentford's reserves. Again, took his time to get going. Ender Stevens, where did we have him from? Was it
Milton Keynes?
Was it MK?
No, I thought it was Bulldog, weren't it? Bulldog for MK.
Well, Bulldog was MK. Dids is the best example of all of them, isn't it?
Oh yeah, well nobody wanted him. He was injury poor.
Free transfer, end up being so. There's loads of good signings that you can get that work.
Last year's Tyrese Campbell.
100%. Yeah.
Everyone was saying what a big up. Nah. Oh no wonder we. Oh, get rid of him now.
Billy took 3 goes to get going, didn't he?
Yeah.
As well.
And he was awful that first season we had him. Oh.
Sometimes the people arrive and it works. Like Mousset. Mousset went from being our best player to one of our biggest liabilities really quickly. And it's just about at that time, is it all going to fit in? Is it going to work? And for some teams it works and some it doesn't. We've for all the good ones, we've signed plenty of duds as well who've been good with their previous club and come to us and they're done, aren't they? But it's always better in hindsight, all of these things, aren't they? Don't know why, just not confident for Saturday. Mark, yeah, me too. Why would we be? Feel the damage is bigger than we thought. I don't know, see it clicking, hope I'm wrong, but just my opinion. No, Mark, it's a fair one, mate. Based on what we've seen so far, we've got to create some chances. And for the first time ever, we'll be going into a game against Oxford. For me, as underdogs in my lifetime, I never thought we're going Oxford. We're going to be under the cosh. And that's exactly what could easily be happening on Saturday.
I'll tell you what I want for Saturday. I want a performance. Win, lose, draw. I just want a performance. I want to be excited. I want to come away and go, let's get a go.
There's nothing wrong with that, Tony. You pay your money, mate, and you travel and you do your stuff. The away fans have been amazing, and I thought they were brilliant at Ipswich as well. Very proud of what I was seeing there. But also, the players have got to give us something to shout about as well. Not on the fans to.
Yeah, I want to see us going down wings, getting to the byline, crossing it in, making passes, making chances. And we're not seeing it. I think I'm looking at I think we've had something like 8 shots on target all season. Coventry had that in one game.
I know. Ipswich had more than that against us. They had more one game than we've had all year. So yeah. Hi Paul, we play better with 2 up top. If we play 2 up top and 2 wing backs, we win. If we play 1 up top, we lose. That's my opinion. John, We have played one up top all season, gotten out. So I don't blame you for wanting to roll the dice, pal. Interarian, how do professional footballers go missing and get out of form? Imagine they're in the real world, in your day jobs, it just won't happen. But we accept it with footballers that this is their day job. Yeah, I get it. I'm with you. I don't like the idea that ever a player is not giving 100%. Like when you see players talking about how they're not trying very hard or they're not doing anything. I remember the stat from Man United how when Jose Mourinho got fired the game after, they ran more in the game after he'd been fired than they had all season. And I thought to myself, that's not on. And I get where you're coming from, but sport is very much, it's about confidence. It's about, you know, many things at that level. And yeah, we're just lacking a lot of confidence. You can see it in the players. A lot of the guys who were pulling up trees last year, they look like bolted horses at the minute. They don't look like they're good to go at the minute. So I know what you're saying. Jamie Fawcett. Here we go. 3-4-1-2. Yeah, this is mine. This is the one I like. Tanganga, McGuinness, me, Sariki, Matos, Samari, Burrows, like it. O'Hare, Ings, Hamer. Okay, just floating. So one up top there with Ings, I take it, with O'Hare and Hamer. Personally, I'd drop O'Hare and I'd put Cannon up top and Hamer in behind the two of them. But there you go. I'm kind of with you, Jamie, a little bit. That would be my formation and my team, I think, at this point. Tony?
Yeah. Yeah, I can't argue with that team, but I just don't think Wilder will play it.
Okay. Well, again, it all remains to be seen. Something to look forward to, find out. Evening, chaps. Peck needs someone by the side of him. Matos Samari could fill in that role Sousa did, allowing City to play so well last year. I think City looks like he needs taking out of the firing line for me, and I think he.
Did Sousa take a lot of pressure off Peck, so Peck could just go and do whatever he wants? And now it's getting found out. It's just
we do need a midfielder, one now that is out of reach now, but Hayden Hackney at Borough, keep seeing him and thinking he would make a difference to us. Probably a few teams, to be fair. Yeah, I think he's highly regarded in centre mid across. I
don't think he's going to drop from top of league to bottom of league anytime soon.
Yeah, well, it's all about the purse, I'm afraid. It is. It definitely is. Evening, Paul and Tony. My prediction is 1-3 to the Blades. Paul, one goal we've scored this season. It'd have to be a dramatic turnaround, wouldn't it? I'm not saying we haven't got the ability. Certainly, I've got the players. Just we need something to change big time, pal, for that to happen. It's time to stop the rot and let's leave Sayers behind. Chris Wilder is the man for the job. Up the Blades, up all the Rambles. Like and subscribe from a Blade in Spain. Paul, I know you're in Spain, pal. Just as it turns cold here, keep telling us, doesn't he? I love it.
Keep rubbing it in, kid.
He knows his stuff, Paul.
I'll put eating on tonight for the first time.
You put it on. Oh, yeah. Slippery slope, mate. That's it now.
Yeah, well.
I only got online 3-5-2 works for me. Need a win. I agree with you, David. Yeah. Not bothered if it hits the ref and goes in for a win. Yeah, well, yeah. Stop the game. Give it free kick to them, probably. Tony, check out the Slow Horses rate program. Slow Horses. There you go, Tone. That's the next one for you.
Yeah.
I like Yellowstone. I don't know if you've watched that. That's really good. If you don't aim for the playoffs, then there's no aspirations. Yeah, that's right, Brett. We'll aim for I'm happy to aim for the playoffs. Let's aim to get a couple of W's on the board first, pal. That's all I'm saying.
Aim for fourth bottom first.
Yeah. Matches. Tom. Aim to get to 15 points in the next 10 matches. That's
what I was saying. We win on Saturday. We're still bottom of the league.
Yeah, of course we are. We haven't got a point yet. Nope. He's a Blade, Jack Blade. Computer prediction now has us 19th. I tell you what, mate, some fans would take it at the minute. But Brett's autos are still achievable. There's enough points still to win. Yeah, there is. Again, let's get the ball rolling first. Come on, boys and girls, like and subscribe. It costs nout and hype when it's finished. Go and hype it, lads and lasses. And what do you think to the system 3-1-4-1-1? Yeah. I think it's again. It depends. Personally, James, I'm hoping for two up top. I think that's quite important, and I'd like to see three at the back because I just don't think we've got the fullbacks for a four. Sent the go up message before and replied to the first. Okay, cheers, Brett. No worries. We get in decent positions, but never have anyone in the box. I agree, mate. I think we've got too many lads who like to hang around on the edge and don't like throw themselves in. I think it's something that we need definitely to work on. Like the numbers in the box needs to improve for me. I think we've got too many. I'd love to see O'Hare take some shots on and try and arrive in the box a bit more and score some goals. His numbers are poor and have been for us. So.
Other than, I'm going to say, other than Hamer, can you name me a player who you would bank on to hit one from outside box and actually get it on target? Because I don't think
him and Burrows.
I think it just gets a 6-yard box if it were lucky.
Him and Burrows are the only ones, Tone, that I can think who can strike a ball from distance in our squad. Sorry, Brian, if a fan can't dream, then what's the point? No, you're allowed to dream, Brett. It's just we just want to get some points first, pal. What do you think of us going for Bamford?
Oh no,
I think when you've got Davies and you've got Ings, who looks like he might be a bit injured, and we've taken players before that have been a bit injury prone. It's a big risk for me. It's a big risk.
Oh.
I mean, it's a risk that it could pay off, but I just don't see him having any of the qualities that we really need right now.
No, I can't. Gary Nadine were my thing when we signed him, and I couldn't get my head around him either.
Well, but at least I think that he added an ingredient to the game in that you could hit him long, you could hit him high, you could play off him a bit. I think he added something to the party, but I don't see what Bamford brings that we haven't already got. Certainly in Ings, when fit, I don't see how he fits in. Clear daylight, like Lundstrom against West Ham. Yeah, I know. Don't talk about that. Tottenham, it was half of toenail one.
Tottenham's toe.
Love O'Hare for his work rate, but number 10 needs to be getting 15 goals a season. Matt, maybe not 15. 15 is a big ask. 10. Got to be aiming for 10. Surely, if you're a 10 in that position in this division, playing for one of the top sides, apparently you've got to go and get 10 goals for me. Why is it all about bringing all ex-managers and players back under Weir, Wilder, Prince, McBurney, etc.? Danny, I think it's just when they leave and then they start pulling trees up.
That's what's
going on. But I don't question it, mate. I don't think any of them get in our team at the minute. Well, maybe not at the minute. On paper, they don't get in our teams anyway. I think that's the thing with McBurney. He was told he'd be number 3 or 4, and I think that's why he went down the road. I want to start having more shots from outside the box. In fact, from anywhere. Yeah. I don't know. Again, Bri, I think we had... I wouldn't say from anywhere because I've been very critical of that. I think there's Hamer and possibly Burrows who have the technique to be able to score from outside the box. I can't recall any of our other players doing that in recent times. So yeah, I just think we've got to be smart, but we've got to be more composed in those areas at the top of the pitch. But we just need to run into those areas first of all to even get a chance. Very true, Paul. Different formation systems will suit different players differently. I made the point last night with Jim. Don't think Oxford aren't worrying about us because they aren't Man City or Liverpool. Yeah, I know that, Bright. I just think that for the first time they'll go into this game favourites. I think if I looked on my app in a second, it'd tell me that Oxford were probably odds on to win that game, and that's the first time in my life that Oxford have been in that position. That's all I was saying. Danny is naming his team. He's gone for Ogbenny, Ings, Campbell. I don't know if Ings is fit, pal. Chong, Hamer, Sumari. I think that leaves the midfield quite open, pal. Tariki, after his horror show last weekend, pal. Again, not digging out a youth product. Just didn't seem like he was up to it. You ain't getting Hackney, Purse or not. No, we're not getting Hackney. You are correct there. Take a well-round performance and a scrappy 1-0. Yeah, you're right, Dan. I'd take that all day. Need 7 points for the next 3. Yeah, not wrong, James. I think we need to start because the longer we leave it, the bigger that mountain gets. How long does the hype take to appear? I hung around ages the other day and it didn't appear. I think if you go back to the video, Bryce, so if you go to it the next day, you can go and certainly the next day. I don't know exactly, Bryce, to be honest, but I know that I can look at videos that happened like a day ago and I'll be able to flick on and add some hype to it. I think you're allowed three hypes a week, I think it is, because I got told. Starting with Wilder will get us promoted promotion, no doubt. Now it's Wilder will save us from relegation. A few more months it will be. Wilder will get us promoted from Div 1. I don't know, Texan. We'll wait and see, Paul. We'll have to wait and see what's happening. Instead of shooting the ball through their players in defence, try to shoot at the goal without a defence player there. That's the point, Julie. Yeah. That's it, Mr. Young. Positivity. Yeah. People are allowed what they want, I suppose. Bottom of the league till 10 p.m. Tuesday. Coming, you red and white Wizards. Love that, Chris. Bit of optimism. And we've caught up on the comments so nearly. I love the 90s. Evening, guys. I think Wilder will need a few weeks to get his methods across. I think that's fair. Yeah. Can't see any more high score defeats under Wilder. We'll steady the ship. Long way to go. Yeah. Do you think we're going to just be more solid now, Tone? Is that what he's going to bring to the party?
Yeah, I don't. I think it needs to stop. The goals need to stop going in. I think that's the first thing he needs to stop.
Yeah. You can't get out.
I do think the defence looked a lot better against Charlton, but with all credit, it was only Charlton.
You read this, Tone. Hey up, Paul. Can we get Big Tony in the changing room on Saturday to kick players up the backside to get them going?
Just if I kicked him, everyone won't make a pitch.
Probably injured.
I kick you harder than others. I'll be honest with you.
There we go, Bryce. I think he thinks I'm being a bit too critical. Positive, trying to be positive, Paul. PMA, positive mental attitude. Brian, keep it coming, pal, because it needs to rub off on a lot of us at the minute. Just get points on the board and get us to the international break quick. To Wilder has 2 weeks to work with the squad. Correct, Sandro, but I'd love a couple of wins before that, obviously. And I just hope that we can, like you say, go there and impose ourselves and then show some personality. I think the squad needs to show a bit of personality this weekend.
We've got to get something on the board before international, but we've got to be up and running. Because if not, I've just been looking just then. We've got Watford, Blackburn, Preston, Coventry, Derby.
Now, last season we're looking at a lot of those other than Cov and thinking.
Yeah, but Preston 6th, Blackburn started well. I think it's Coventry, which we never get much from.
No, I'm going to that.
And Derby's got Brewster, and we all know. We all know.
He'd better not do so.
For kidding it.
He'd better not do. Anyway, please like, subscribe, and share the channel and help us hit the magical 10K. Join the Ramble family. Right, Tone. We've managed to caught up. Bruce is injured, apparently.
He's always injured.
So, Tone, tell me, what's the score going to be on Saturday? This is the last thing. What you saying?
2-1 Blades.
2-1 to the Blades.
1-0 Oxford.
Off. Okay, so you're hedging your bets there, pal, aren't you? Either an Oxford win or a United win.
Yeah.
So you got 2-1 Blades. Who scores?
I'm going to
Who scores for United?
I think Campbell gets one. Campbell's got to come good. He's got to, and I'm going to go Aimer, free kick, old school, and that's it. Season's off and running.
Okay.
Well, I'll tell you what I'd like us to go 1-0 down and do it, and then do it, then win 88th minute, and players again Biggin, go into the Southampton game, still buzzing.
I'm going for 2-1 as well. And I'm going to, just to be, because I want to agree with you, Tone. And I think it's going to be Campbell and, hear this, Tom Cannon. Tom Cannon. You heard it first, Tone. You heard it here, right here on the Ramble. Right. So I think we've managed to catch up on the comments. We've had some, James is going 2-2. Paul's telling us it's a great show. Let's see a proper Blaze performance. I think you're right, Paul. Brian's saying, well done. Thanks, Brian. And Chris is saying, great show, lads. Jimmy will be proud. Yeah, thanks a lot. Tony, what a debut, pal. Obviously on the View from the Mountain. You're on the rotation now, mate, after a great little sesh there, mate. Good to reminisce about some of the old days. Listen to Bassett's dismay at the modern game, and we've hopefully solved a few of the world's problems right here tonight. So yeah. I'm going to end it in the traditional Jimmy Ramble way. Come on, you red and white Wizards.
Up the Blade!